Hey, I'm Spencer with energeticcity.ca, and this is the Community Roundup, which is sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. Today is a very exciting day because I'm joined by Ryan Harvey at the newly assembled Kin Park.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for inviting me and letting me sit on this giant swing.
Yeah.
So you have just wrapped up phase one of this park. Now, I know that this has been a long time coming. Can you tell me a little bit about how we got from, council to here?
Yeah, so I mean, I think even before council, did some public engagement in 2019 that looked at both Kin Park and Solaris Park and what, the community wanted in these parks. Obviously, both of them are kind of more sport related, but lots of space to do some other things. And so at that time, it was discussed about new parking lots and kind of some skateboard, scooter stuff and some more fitness equipment, and then obviously some playgrounds like this one we're sitting on.
So there's quite literally a smorgasbord of activities that you could do in this park. We walked past a full-size ice rink back there. And one thing you mentioned that I am very curious about, what are skate pods?
Yeah, so skate pods are basically just different features that are spread out through the park. And so by doing that, we can have people of all ages kind of come to an area, and if it gets a little too busy, there's another area there or another area with some different features in it. So currently there's three skate pods in kind of the west portion of the park, and they feature everything from little kickers and rails and all of those things. I couldn't really tell you exactly what they're called, but different jumps and rails, and one of them's a broken skateboard, and so it kind of looks cool and is functional.
I was going to ask you if you could do a flip off the kicker, but
No,
No?
definitely not.
that's understandable. I don't think I could either.
Yeah.
So can you tell me all the work that kind of went into phase one?
Yeah, for sure. So phase one really focused on the west side of the park. So new trails, lighting on those trails, the playground equipment, the skate pods, as we talked about, fitness pods. So in this park already, there was a green gym, so there was some spots already that people could come and work out on some green equipment. But now what they can do is they can start there and they can run down the trail and they can do a workout at the next spot and then run down the trail and find the next fitness pod and do that. And so it kind of forms a bit of a circuit that they can do as well. And we have several local personal trainers that use the park to do some of their training stuff too. So it'll be cool to see the circuits and the stuff that they can come up with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now for this project, I know it's been a little timely. I'm wondering, how has it been budget-wise?
Yeah, so projects on budget is still kind of just wrapping up. So kind of the last few pieces here and there that they have to get done. But projects on budget, some supply chain challenges and some staffing issues that kind of have been felt across the world.
For sure.
But excited to see it kind of come to fruition now. I encourage everybody to come out and take a look at it, and just remember that it still is a construction site, and so there are still crews working, but they're getting close to being done.
And have you heard anything from residents, like any feedback, positive, negative, about the park and where it's at?
Yeah, actually lots of positive feedback about the park and kind of some of the new amenities, and people excited when they walk through and see what's going on. And so looking forward to having it be experienced over the next little while, and then construction on the next phase, and then focusing on the other end of the park with another paved parking lot and playground equipment. So replacing the existing playground equipment that's there, and improved bike track and all of those pieces. So still not sure on the timeline on that phase, whether it'll look to hold off next year and kind of let the park breathe for a little bit and people enjoy what's been done, or whether or not it'll go next year and go from there. So.
Right, so phase two is still a little bit kind of in the air at the moment.
Yeah. Haven't fully been finalized. Obviously that'll be part of the budget discussions with the new council after the election.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, okay, last question for you, and this is the most important. What is your favorite part of the construction thus far?
Oh, the fact that with the road realignment happening beside the park, that outdoor rink got lost, but now it's been replaced with 2 rinks, so multi-use rink, so people can come out and just skate and enjoy the outdoors, as well as a boarded rink. And so I think that'll be a huge community draw in the winter. the pavilion, you know, is kind of a couple months away, but should be ready to go, and it's got a warming shelter and a warming space and some storage and some washrooms. So I think when that's all done and, you know, we get a nice winter day out here, there's a fire pit in the pavilion, and so once that goes on, and I think people can come and spend the day with some hot chocolate and on the rinks, it'll be pretty cool. But then also, I mean, the fact that you know, there's 4 baseball fields here, and we have a huge, you know, minor baseball that uses the facilities, and so just when, you know, their kids are on the playground, they can watch their kids playing baseball as well. And so I think it's really cool just to kind of see the overall park. That's my favorite part.
I know my favorite part of the winter activities is the hot chocolate, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining me today and you know, allowing me to, you know, ask you some questions and harass you as I do.
Absolutely.
This has been the Community Roundup, which is sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm Spencer with energeticcity.ca. Thank you.